Thank you everyone. Good, we see more people standing than sitting. You know, that's what Mohammad Azharuddin used to do in the slips, stand all the time and take good catches. Sir, पहले आपका थोड़ा wrist दिखाएंगे, like, is it real human being wrist?
I think it's natural.
Nature.
I didn't do any exercise. A lot of people ask me, have you done any special exercise? I have not done any special exercise.
So Waka Yunis का outside off stump Yorker को आप कैसे flick करके mid wicket पे?
I myself didn't know that.
Amazing, amazing. So thank you everyone. You know, we'll try to have an engaging conversation जहाँ सिर्फ मैं ही सवाल नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ, आप लोग भी कुछ पूछ लेना. और of course I'll have some questions for you also. Would like to start with 1984, sir. Playing against England, Eden Gardens, scoring the century on your debut, coming from Hyderabad. I mean, yeah, I know it's a lot of history, but till you came in, we didn't have a large-scale mainstream independent India cricketer. So how did you fall in love with cricket, firstly?
Actually, when I was young, my maternal uncle used to play as well. I think he played at quite a high level, but he was, I think, probably unlucky at that time that they used to say that there was a lot of politics in cricket, but I don't know, that was long back. So I mean, he used to go for practice and go for matches. So I used to see those bats lying and all, you know, that I just thought, you know, what is this? So then he was the one who taught me how to hold the bat first, and then he was the one who taught me the basics of the game, and here I am because of him. So that was the beginning of my love for the game of cricket.
Wow. And the debut match. And the debut match playing against England in Eden Gardens.
Yeah, debut match was actually I was very nervous. I mean, I never thought that, you know, I mean, I would reach to that level, because when you begin to play, you don't think on those lines, you know, on those lines. But I was very happy to make the debut. I was told only 45 minutes before the game was scheduled to start. And I got very nervous, and I'm sure some of you must have watched that inning. I think it was a very painstaking inning. I think I scored 100 in more than 300 balls or something like that. And then it took 3 days, because first day I was batting at 30, and the next day full day was rained off. And then the third day of the test match, actually it was a rest day. They gave it a rest day because of New Year. Because we were playing on 31st, and then that's a very, I mean, I'm sure people must have really, I mean, a lot of people say that you played well, but I thought it was a very slow innings.
You thought it was a very slow innings?
Yeah, at that time, yes.
Brilliant. Mike Getting used to say, whenever that black things come out of Azharuddin's t-shirt, we know we are in problem. वो काला वाला ताबीज़ क्या था सर? उसमें कुछ secret था क्या?
It was always outside. I don't know why people say that. You know, I think they must not have noticed it, but it was always like that, because this was given to my grandfather. I really don't know what is written inside and what is there, but I had a very, tough instruction from my grandfather: never open and see what is inside. So actually, I was asking him, because I was very close to my grandfather. I always used to ask him many questions. So I asked him, then you're giving it to me, why you're not wearing it? So he said, I don't need it, you need it in future. So I just shut up, and then that's how it is. Always it's been there. I mean, it's my grandfather's, I think, I don't know what he wrote inside. I really don't know. I've never seen it.
Fantastic. I'll show some photos and videos also, but before that, one more question. You have been the captain for India for 9 years, and until MS Dhoni had beaten your record, you were the longest serving Indian captain. They're all leaders sitting out here listening to you. What's your secret to leadership?
I think first thing is you should not have any ego when you are a leader. The moment you have an ego, then a lot of issues come up, and I think the second most important thing is you have to be a keen listener.
Okay.
And sometimes you have to, when you have a team, you know, sometimes you have to imply what they are saying, even if you don't agree to that. So that's how you win players, that's how you win people, that's how people work for you, that's why people give their best to you. So I think these are the two very important things I've learned in my life. And then, I mean, you have to back your players, which is very important. You have to back your team, because there will be times the players are not going to perform, you know, but they need the backing of the captain and especially the coach as well, and the administration. So it makes a lot of difference, because I think these are the two very important things you have to have in your repertoire. Because I remember when I became the captain, a lot of people said, you know, he is a very young captain, and then there are a lot of seniors who are going to play under him. Then I don't know how he is going to handle them, and there are a lot of talks, you know, like I don't know whether they will give him the support and all. But I took it in a different way. I took it in a positive way. Because a lot of things were said negative at that time. So I took it in a positive way. I felt that, you know, I have 4 people who have already led the team, 4 ex-captains. If I fall short of advice, there are times where I will struggle, I can always go and talk to them. So I took it that way, because then people were thinking it was negative. So it worked for me.
Okay. You know, there is a photograph, I don't know if you can see it there on your monitor. It's actually when you were at your peak, Kapil was more or less making way, and Sachin Tendulkar was coming in. It's 3 generations of Indian cricket. How did you tell Kapil Dev ki, you know, jao jaake mid wicket mein fielding karo? He was a World Cup winner.
Actually, that tour, you know, I was very lucky to be on that tour. Actually, in that photograph which is taken, I think that was the first test match we played at Karachi.
Yeah.
When we went to Pakistan in '89. But I think Kapil Paji was a very nice human being, you know. I mean, there are times he used to come and give me advice also. But I think with these type of players, you know, you don't have to finger them. You have to let them be, because they will perform. Because if you start fingering them, if you start telling them to do this, do that, I mean, things sometimes don't work the way you want them to work. So there are some players I let them be as a captain.
Brilliant. Great leadership lesson. For some people, just let them be. You know. Any of you want to ask a question before I go next? Let's make it a little engaging. Please, sir, go ahead.
Hi. It could be a little funny one, but you have been always known as a wristy player. So once you are not anymore playing too much of cricket, what are you doing with your wrists?
Now my wrists are, I don't do anything with the wrist now.
How you are using them well?
I came to know only I was a wrist player after I scored my first 100. Before that I didn't know, because after that these people started writing, I mean, like, oh, he plays like this, plays like that. Then I also got confused at point of time. I said, what is this happening? You know, like everybody is saying something differently. So I was also very confused. And then later on I realized that, okay, fine, I play like this. Because at that time when you are in school, college, or playing Ranji, not much is reported. I mean, little bit. At that time, not so much media was there. So then the moment I scored 100, then I started getting these comments, and then everybody started coming and asking me, what is this, your game is like this. And I said, I don't know, just let me be me, and then let me handle myself. So it was like, it was very tough time for me actually, to be very honest. It was like 3 tests.
So his question was, what are you doing with your wrist now? Now that you're
so I used to
waving
play,
to people, asking them vote.
Actually, I used to play squash. You know, in squash also you need to use a lot of wrist. But now, for quite a few years, I have not been playing. But maybe I think I will start playing again. And I mean, I think my wrists are rusted, so I'll let them.
They are indeed
polish.
assets, sir.
Yeah.
The next photograph that I have is you and Wasim Akram posing with a trophy. It's again one of the iconic moments of cricket. Talk to us about playing with Pakistan.
Yes.
I mean, and that Pakistan where Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunis, Shoaib Akhtar would be there, Syed Anwar, Amir Sohail with the bat, and then Javed Miandad used to jump and you get offended very often.
Yeah, I mean, playing against Pakistan was always very tough, because a lot of pressure, and even if you don't win against any other side, but we had to win against Pakistan. So the there was added pressure. But I think Indian, you know, wanted that, and we totally agree with that. I agreed with that. But there were times, you know, we won, there were times they've lost. But I think it was a great rivalry. I mean, I think on the field, there was a lot of rivalry, but off the field, you know, it was very hard for me to get hold of my players, because they used to always mingle with the Pakistan players. And I used to say, where are the players? They're eating dinner. You know. So on the field, it was very tough. But I think that picture, I think, it's in Delhi, I think we leveled the series. You know, it was 2 test matches. So, I mean, late Rajsingh Dungarpur sir also is there. He was the one who made me the captain, actually.
I have a question about him. I'll come to it later. But yeah, Mr. Anil Kumble, many credit you for Anil Kumble's success, though Anil Kumble did not make his debut with you, but when you were the captain, you made him the bowler that he became. How did you not ask Anil Kumble to bowl slow and spin? Because कोई भी spinner होता है, they say that धीरे से bowl करो, ball को turn कराओ. I mean, Anil Kumble was a medium pacer.
Actually, he made his debut under me only in England
Yeah.
in 1990. But I think he was a different bowler. He was a very different bowler. He was not a bowler where he used to flight the ball. You know, he was very quick off the wicket. And I think those 10 wickets, I mean, I should not take any credit for that because I think he's the one who was bowling. He's the one who took the wickets. I didn't even take a single catch. So if I was taken a single catch, then I could say, okay, right, 1 wicket also is credited to me. So I mean, we should give all the credit to him. He's an outstanding player, outstanding team man. Actually, to be very honest, it was very hard to take the ball away from him because I used to tell him, Anil, just take rest for 2 overs or 3 overs. No, Zubai, I will bowl all the time. So it was very hard to take the ball away from him. So I think, most largely my success as a captain during that period of time also is Anil Kumble.
Anil Kumble, wow, round of applause. I mean, but you know, I'm sure at some stage you went to the bowlers and said, "Ab wicket mat lena, Anil Kumble ko 10 le lene do."
No, yes, Srinath was bowling, so I did have a word with him. I said, you know, thoda bahar dalo, idhar udhar mat dalna. Because I mean, like when you have a tailender, you know, the ball was also keeping low at that time. You know, sometimes the ball keeps low.
Yeah,
and
and it's Kotla wicket.
So I made him bowl away from the stump. So I think it was overall a good. I mean, I'm happy to be a part of that record. To be very honest.
Yeah, this is another photograph. Young Sachin Tendulkar talking to Azharuddin. Is this the time when Sachin came to you and said, Azhar, I want to open the innings? Because I read it a lot that Sachin Tendulkar was batting number 4. The board had asked you to, make Sachin bat at number 4 in Bangladesh series, Asia Cup. But you went and made him the opener and said, go and do an open. What is the story of Sachin Tendulkar coming to Azharuddin?
I think in 1994, I think New Zealand, he actually wanted to open the innings. I mean, we also, I felt that, that he should open the innings because he was being wasted at I think he was batting number 5 or number 6. I think he started opening after he's almost played more than, I think, 60 or 70 games. Mm-hmm. And then it was very good for him, I mean, he was a player, attacking player. And that time you had a rule that in the first 15 overs you have to have only 2 fielders outside. So that made him, very, like he used to go after the bowling. And after that innings, I think he never looked back. I think he got his first 100 when we came back from New Zealand, I think in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So I think he really batted very well. I think he was very apt for that situation. I think he was the player, that match, you're talking about in Bangladesh. I had clear instructions. I don't want to name people, but that, he should go number 4. I felt that, number 4 was not his position because he's been opening for a long time. And then I think he played one match in that tournament, number 4. Then I felt that, he should open the innings. And I think he got 100 in the second game. I think he also got, we both got 100 in one of the games. So I think then after that again, when I came back, people are, अरे आपको बोले थे अभी again उल्टा किया आपने बोल के बोला सर मैंने टूर्नामेंट जीत गया ना सर अभी उल्टा या सीधा जो भी ठीक है
गाड़ी लेके घूम रहे थे आप टूर्नामेंट जीत के
No, गाड़ी that was
not that one गाड़ी was England I think
No, that
Coca-Cola Cup
85
yeah no that not that OD you after winning Coca-Cola Cup also you were given a car पूरा team was in that car
no that is not no
yes correct
no I don't
this is Saurav Ganguly and Saurav Ganguly made his debut under you we all know it आपने भी इंग्लैंड के साथ डेब्यू में सेंचुरी मार दी इन्होंने भी इंग्लैंड के साथ डेब्यू में सेंचुरी मार दी आपका इंग्लैंड के साथ इज देयर अ रिलेशनशिप लाइक
No, I think some players, you have some teams, where you always do well. It's not only me, it's not only Ganguly or not only Tendulkar. I think Sachin has got, 4 or 5 hundreds. I mean, maybe 6 against Australia. So he's done well against Australia. There are some teams he has not done. There are some teams I have not done well. But I think it just happens, because, like, for example, if you see Dilip Vengsarkar, he got 300 at Lords. And if you take Graham Gooch also, I think he's got 600 or 700. So when you go to some grounds, I really cannot explain the feeling, but you feel that, you can do well. So that's what happens actually, to be very honest. Like nobody, wants to be like that, but then sometimes things turn out that way.
But is it true that you had asked him to give drinks and he did not give drinks and that's why you sent him back to India?
No, that is not true actually. I never do that. I never do such thing. I never ask anybody to give drinks, because I mean, when you have the players who are not playing, even there are times, when I was not playing also, I carried drinks. So, I mean, everybody is the same. When you're playing in a team, you play as a team, if you lose as a team. If you win as a team. Because you can't pinpoint individuals, because when you're playing as a team, okay, fine, sometimes things don't happen the way, like if you want it to happen, but that's actually the wrong story. I don't know who, maybe somebody from Calcutta must have said.
Let's take one more question from the audience now and then we can continue. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
So, from India being an underdog, how did you lay the foundations for it to become world champions, and how did you motivate the team?
Well, I think we really struggled till 92, but then after the South African tour, then Mr. Ajit Wadekar sir had become the manager, and then he was very actually strict. He stopped us from going outside and having dinners and all. He said, there's a curfew time, after 10 o'clock nobody is allowed to go out, and then no more dinners outside, and then you stay in the room and then think about the game. So I think he inculcated that habit in us, and then we also started thinking, like, okay, fine, what he is saying is correct, because, we used to have dinners outside, then sometimes it's 11:30 bhi ho jata tha, 12 bhi, sometimes it used to happen, but then that was a turning point actually to be, I think a lot of credit should go to Ajit Wadekar sir, I think, because, and at that time, when you start winning, everything becomes easy, because then he inculcated also the habit of winning. Then we played against England. We won three test matches, all the 3 test matches, and we made, I think, turning wickets. Not there are some wickets which turned about when we played against South Africa. They used to turn, but then the match used to go till 4 days or 5th day. But now some matches have got over in 2 days also.
Yeah.
About 6 or 7 years back. But I think a lot of credit should go to Mr. Wadekar sir. Definitely.
How did Ajit Wadekar sir stop Azharuddin, Sandeep Patil, Ravi Shastri go out and party?
No,
Because all that we read, and in fact I think Sandeep Patil sir was there last year.
Sandeep Patil, so he was not there at that time. Sandy Bhai was not there at that time.
Okay.
Because I think last time he played was in 86 or 87. But I think sir was very strict with everybody. He commanded a lot of respect, and since he was an ex-captain who won 2 series, outside
India,
West Indies and England. So he knew exactly what he was doing. So, when the coach or manager says, you have to listen. There is no way out.
Fantastic. One more question we'll take. Somebody from the behind, there are many hands. Yeah, please, that gentleman. Yes, sir. I would take your question, ma'am. It's great to see, a question come from you, but I'll just take the one first.
So, Azubhai, with you in the room, I feel like a kid again. I've grown up idolizing you.
Who I used to idolize? Oh, you used to.
So I have a question. And I'll ask this as a kid, because all through childhood, while fielding, gully covers, we tried to keep the collar up. It never stayed. Do you wear a particular brand of t-shirt, or do you iron it in a certain way so that it stays up all the day? From the morning till 5:30 in the evening.
No, I think
always
it
have
was.
it.
I think this question is asked many times. Actually, many times I have answered it, but I will still answer it, because I used to stand at Silly Point from morning till evening. Because when sometimes, we used to field the whole day, sometimes 1.5 days also. So then the sunlight used to fall on my neck. So I started feeling a burning sensation in my neck. So that's when I started putting the collar up. Now till today also it's still there. But the other day I was coming, and then people.
How does it stay up so
because
well?
it's a stiff collar. It was made like that. Yeah.
Those are
It was
broad
specially
shoulders, and the collar realizes it.
Specially made it was.
Can we see one video here? Since he mentioned about fielding, I would love to see the catch. There are many amazing catches that you took, but this catch also lends me to my next question. So that's why I want to show that catch. Yeah, please. No, not this one. The fielding.
He
Catch.
lost the ball completely. There's a man down at square leg. He completely lost the ball. And Azharuddin.
In the air, oh, he's got it, what a catch, beautifully taken, Mohammad Azharuddin, what a catch, that was going down and fast, and boy, you see it, it's written all over his face, isn't it? He knows that he's really taken an important catch here. Oh, hang on, this is out, for me it's out. I can't believe this now. Oh, they asked him for a replay. The replay will say it's out. Forget about it, it's out. It was a wonderful catch.
There's no doubt about that, because Azharuddin is a fair cricketer, and if the ball had bounced, he would have straight away told the umpire. Let's take another look. It's come off the outside edge. And that's out.
Absolutely, straight into his hands. Look at them, the ball's stuck in his hands there, no trouble at all. Wonderful catch. This angle showed as well. Look at him down on his haunches there, waiting for it to come. Off goes the edge. He goes to his right, actually. That's why he made it so difficult. Comes back, and in the fingertips, beautifully taken, Mohammad Azharuddin. Lovely catching, and switched on the light. There we go. Well, there's no way you can complain about that. That is a great catch. And I'm sure Mohammad Azharuddin would have been the first person to have said, didn't carry, if that had happened. So, New Zealand...
This is the
22-2.
commentary, thank you. This is the last part of the commentary that I want you all to, go back and listen again. What did they say? Azharuddin is the first person to come to the umpire and say, no, it did not carry, if it had not carried. That's the reputation he carried. I'll go back to the catch, but before that, this is the picture I want to show. From that high of being respected as one of the fairest cricketer in the cricket history, what we now call Sangakkara, Rahul Dravid, you had that reputation. If you nicked, you walked. If you did not catch, you did not catch. Two people abusing you, burning your effigies. How did you handle the mental pressure at that point in time? Today, mental pressure is in the boardroom discussion of every organization.
Well, when I became MP also, a lot of people actually burned the effigies, so I pretty got used to it, because sometimes when you don't do well, people will do things, which you might not like it, but then it's part of the game, and then you should have patience and then move ahead, You can't, go back in time, you have to look forward, because you cannot, think about what has happened in the past, Otherwise, if I keep thinking about this, why these people are doing this, that, then I will not be able to achieve anything in the future. So, for me, looking back was not the thing, I always stayed positive, and I always, felt that, the patience is the most important thing, because when you have patience, then you don't react to things, which, can become detrimental to you, because you say things at that point of anger, because when you're angry, you say so many things which are not good, actually, to be very honest. So at that time, I think I was very patient, and that's how I could sail through.
Fantastic. No, and also a question for all of you. Who was the British commentator commenting in the previous match? So, you said Tony Greig first, is it? Oh, he's so honest. This is the Azharuddin effect. He's saying, no, he said. So you will win a ball signed by Azharuddin because of giving the right answer. So next time, please answer. Another part about mental pressure, 1 lakh people cheering Azzu in Eden Gardens when you are playing. What does it feel inside? We have seen it from the gallery. We have never been inside on the pitch.
It feels better than people burning effigies, definitely. I feel very happy. I feel very, very happy, there's so many people who care for me, who love me. And then, see today, whatever I am is because of the people. Because whatever, if I am playing, okay, fine. If you all don't see, or if you're not written, nobody knows what is happening. So I think I'm sitting here only because, okay, fine, I had that talent. Almighty Allah had given me the talent. So I worked hard on the talent gave me result. But at the end of the day, you need all the players and all the support, prayers and all the support from my countrymen. So I think that was for me was very, very important, because individual performances, you feel very happy when you do individually, but then when you when your team wins, that happiness is something, it's very hard for me to explain. It's totally different.
Yeah, brilliant. As a captain, you have gone through a lot. This is another moment. You are trying to calm the angry people in Eden Gardens.
This was, I don't know when. World Cup. Yeah, we had a very poor game actually. We played very poorly. Yeah, that's not a good game. I mean, I would like to.
So the highs and the lows.
Yeah, because when you're playing, when you're at that level, there are highs and lows. You have to, go through all those things. No person in the world has always stayed high. If you take out, there are people who have gone even like, if you see, Virat Kohli also is an outstanding player. He also had a slump. So it evens out, because law of average always catches up with you. So you have to, take it in your stride and then move forward, as I've already said. You can't keep thinking that, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. No, sometimes you have to make things happen.
Correct. No, that's a great way of taking things. As Rahul Dravid says, you would have failed more than you have succeeded. So that was the game teaches. Anybody here want to go ahead? Who are the captains on the frame, from left to right, from my left to right? Anybody? Sorry? Yeah, you want to give it a try? Go ahead. You say, sir, if it is correct or not.
Graham Gooch, Imran Khan, Azhar, David Houghton, Arvind De Silva, Alan Border, Martin Crowe, Richie Richardson, Kepler Vessels.
You will win a bat signed by Azharuddin for sure, and you deserve it. Well done. Now let's see that video you had played earlier, where Mohammad Azharuddin does something with the bat that he has done so often.
Oh, he lost the ball completely. Zaman down at square leg, he completely lost the ball, and Azharuddin picks up another boundary, this time in front of square. Over mid-on, that's 4 more, slightly more dangerous because it was just over mid-on. He hadn't quite placed it very well, but he had enough wood on that shot. That's gone over mid-on for 4 more. I tell you what, there are very, very few people sitting just now at the Eden Gardens. He's golden. Or as you know, he's gone for 4. Stunning that. I thought I saw Azharuddin just walk off, but that was a stunning shot. That's on for 4 more. Can you match this? Just slot that ball through mid-wicket. Also a no ball. He took his chance. That's 4 in a row. Where is Klusner going to bowl next? This, to put it quite frankly, is unbelievable stuff. That's 5 in a row. He's bowling to his string.
Thank you.
These balls are just disappearing to the distant corners of the Eden.
5 in a row. You can keep hitting the ball again and again and again and again. The fastest ODI 100 and the fastest Test 100. Which is your favorite?
I thought the 100 at Lords also was, I also felt that whatever I did was coming out. Same thing here also. But I think the most toughest 100 or the win I liked was when I scored in Wellington, I got 100. I think we were all out for 201 or something. In that innings, I was 103 not out. I think that inning was very tough because when I went to New Zealand, I was slightly out of form.
Mm-hmm.
Then on that day, I decided that I wanted to play in a very different way. So whatever I thought, 2 days before, when I implied and it came out, so I was very happy.
Wow,
For that.
fantastic.
So that inning, I like that inning also. But there are, I'm sure, people, I always like to entertain people. The people who have come to watch the game, who have seen on TV, if they like the innings, I think for me, so.
How many of you watched Azharuddin bat live from the gallery? Okay. How many of you watched on TV? How many of you heard him? Heard the commentary of his games on radio? कलाइयों के सहारे मोड़ दिया उसे और ये BSNL चौका connecting India. It used to be a favorite commentary at that point in time. We have a message about your cricket from Gary Christian. Can we please play the video? He said it somewhere. I just got it, but it's iconic.
guys that I've enjoyed their stroke making better than any other Indian players. There are two that I'm going to give you. That for me, it's been an absolute privilege to watch them bat, even though I was on the field. The one was Mohammad Azharuddin. I mean, he got 100 in Cape Town. I've never seen a knock like that. And the other one is Virender Sehwag, who I played a lot with. Just incredible stroke making. The two.
The coach who got India the World Cup says you are one of the most stylish batters.
I feel happy, people really enjoy the game. They've enjoyed me playing, so I feel very happy that I've given them so much enjoyment. So for me, that is more important than anything else, because as I've said, personally you feel very good, but then if the people who come there, if they don't enjoy what you do on the field, so I think I've let the people down.
There's something stylish about everybody coming out from Hyderabad. I mean, after you VVS Lakshman, he used to be as stylish as today. We see Mohammad Siraj do a lot of things on the cricket field, and you are the president of the board. So is there a thing you need to be stylish to be a cricketer in Hyderabad?
I really don't know about that, but I think this has been happening since Mr. M.L. Jaisima's days, and then we had Abbas Ali Beg, and then Abid Ali. Then even Mansoor Ali Khan Patauti used to play for Hyderabad. I think he played for a very long time. So I think those people were all very, very stylish players. As human beings also, they were very, very stylish. Especially, I didn't get a chance to see Patauti sir because I was very young, but I saw a lot of matches when Mr. M.L. Jaisima played, and I learnt a lot from him as well.
Okay, brilliant. Great stories of cricket. Yes, madam, you had a question.
Hi. So when India and Pakistan play, now both of the countries speak in Hindi. A lot of time, there is a lot of pressure out there when you're playing. There are a lot of curses, a lot of गाली गलौज होती है. तो वो तब इंडिया और पाकिस्तान में वो कैसे होता है? आपस में एक दूसरे को गाली निकाल रहे होते हैं फील्ड पे स्टॉप करने के लिए, या नहीं निकाल रहे होते, और अगर निकाल रहे होते तो कैसे मैनेज होता है वो सब कुछ?
No, I think after some time they used to have this stump mic. तो stump mic में स्पेशली वो कीपर उसके माइक के ऊपर पैर रख देता था. उसके बाद में वो पीछे से जो भी बोलते थे. तो बिकॉज स्टम्प माइक आने से थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो गया था. बट लेकिन mostly Pakistani players they come from north, like Lahore. So they speak Punjabi. So normally most of the people understand Punjabi. Maybe players from south might not, but I think many people enjoyed it. So these things do happen, but I think we had a very good camaraderie after the game, like we used to be very good friends. So
I was so happy madam raised her hands to ask a question about cricket. I thought she would ask, how do you play glance and all of that. She went on Galia kaise hote India-Pakistan matches. No, but great. It's a great question. Yeah.
I come from a family where my son is a cricketer, though he's not playing now.
No, these things do happen. Not only India-Pakistan, the other games also. Other teams as well. So, but I think it's not much now because I think the ICC have got very stringent rules now. Before it was not like that.
They all say Ben Stokes, so I don't know if it is Gali or not. It's just Ben Stokes.
Right.
But I have only one
and
request.
Monkey Gate.
I need a picture with him.
And Monkey Gate.
And Monkey Gate, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you had another question?
Yeah, no question, but I'm saying I only have one request. I need a selfie with him for my son, who's also a cricketer.
Most definitely.
Sure, madam. Let me have my time on stage and then it's all yours. Who is the bowler here? Who can say? Ashish got the answer right. I know his voice. He screamed from there. Yes, it's Waka Yunis. Sir, talk to us about, yeah, please. It's a good guess. But number 5, this action, it's Waka Yunis, obvious. How was taking on this bowling attack? Waka Yunis, Wasim Akram, and you also played a lot with Imran Khan. So
no, it was very tough. Imran Bhai was also very, he was almost aging, but his attitude at that age also was always aggressive, sometimes his ball never used to reach also. He used to still bowl 1 or 2 bouncers in and over, but he made sure that we were always on the back foot. But Wasim and Bakhar it was not very easy to face them because they used to really bowl rapidly, very, very fast. And then they had this reverse swing going also. I think the first time I played reverse swing was in 89 series only.
Yeah.
When we went to I think the ball was reverse swinging, I think at that time. So I was batting in Lahore, and then a non-striker, I don't want to name who was the non-striker. He said, man, if I take out the right hand, the ball is going to come in, and then if I take out the left hand, then the ball is going to go out. And after the over, I told him, I can't look at your hand, because if I look at your hand, then I can't play those delivers. I think nowadays they have these, bowling machines, where you can gauge the speed, like all those things. But now I think at that time we didn't have that, but I think I'm sure Wasim must be bowling 150 easily.
Yeah.
Waqar also at times, yes, very, very fast. They're very fast. I remember in Sialkot, I think he bowled 4 bounces to me, then he got actually told off by the umpire. But on one of the bounces, when I strayed and I used to, it kept following me, and I had to almost literally like straight back, and then I had neck pain for almost 6-7 months. So they were very fast, they were very challenging, but very, very tough customers.
West Indies bowling attack or Pakistan bowling attack? Which was tougher?
West Indies was different here, different. West Indies, though, it was not reverse swing. So that they used to come really fast, then okay, fine. But then here, with pace and reverse swing is very deadly. If you don't have the pace, you can't do reverse swing. At least you should have more than 140 speed or 138. So then only the ball, you can really reverse swing, and then you can really get the batsman out. But if you have medium pace bowler, it's very hard to do reverse swing, but they're very fast.
Yeah.
They're really very, very good bowlers.
Yeah, what makes people like him absolute legend is, there is a lot of debate, is the current bowling attack better than the then bowling attack? But one thing we need to consider, Waqar Younis used to bowl with a ball that is 50 or 40 overs old, 40 overs old ball. Today there are 2 balls being played simultaneously on both ends. So the ball cannot be older than 25 years, 25 overs. And when the ball gets old, that's when it starts reversing, making people like Waqar Younis, Wasim Akram lethal. So hats off to you. And also, the grounds were never as good as like they are today.
Yeah, at that time, when as you have rightly said, the ball, we used to play with only one ball, 50 overs. But now, when I began to play the one-day games, with the white ball, we used to have only one ball each side, one ball, 25 was this side and 25 from that ball.
Yeah.
But now, in between, they had a rule, they changed it saying that only one ball is used. So that's why the ball used to literally, maybe after 25, 24 overs or even earlier, ball used to reverse. Because when you have a very dry wicket, it's very good. If you have a dry wicket, it's very tough to play reverse swing.
Absolutely. Do you remember this innings of yours?
This was the last match, I think.
Yeah. So, we are coming to the last phase of our discussion, but the first century or the last century, which was more special for you? You didn't know this was going to be your last century for sure.
No, first century made me score the last century. If I had not scored the first century, I would not be playing that long. I am to be very honest, yeah.
So you don't have the regret. You don't have the regret that you could have scored many more centuries.
Yeah, I could have scored more. There are times, I got out in 50s or 60s. Maybe I honestly, at the end of my career, I felt that at least I could have reached maybe 28, something like that. But I'm very content, I'm very happy. Whatever is destined, whatever is there, destiny, it will happen. So it has happened. So I cannot complain.
Brilliant, great way to look. Yes, ma'am, you want to have a question? Please go ahead. Somebody, we need a microphone.
But actually, I'm very happy that I scored that last century. So my idol was Greg Chappell. So he also scored first 100 in first test match and then in the last match also.
Correct.
So at that point also, if you look at from that point of view, I'm very happy. For my last century.
How did Greg Chappell become your idol?
No, I used to listen to the commentary.
There were a lot of comparison between.
I never played. I've seen him play live. Only on videos and YouTube. But I think I used to listen to the commentary. Australian Broadcasting Service. The match used to start at early in the morning, 5:30, 4:30. We used to listen to the commentary. That's how by listening only, the way they used to describe him play. Especially Alan McGilvray and then Jim Maxwell. At that time, they were very good commentators.
Correct.
So that's how I got.
Fantastic. There was a time when newspapers would say that Azharuddin, Zahir Abbas, and Greg Chappell, who are better than in the three. That was the league of the titans of that time. Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, Azhar. You were the first Indian cricket captain that I grew up watching when I was first introduced to cricket. So it's a pleasure asking you this question. What is your most memorable or your most favorite moment captaining India?
My favorite moment was, I think, when we won the Hero Cup actually. And there are two actually, and then the one we won against Pakistan, the semi-final in Bangalore. I think there are two of my favorite things because we had not won anything before the Hero Cup. So for me, that was a very important win because I think good teams were playing. So that was the most important win.
Thank you. One more question, yeah, please.
Hi, sir. So when I was a kid, my uncle took me to a store to buy a bat. And there was a heavy bat and there was a light bat. So half of our class was Azhar fans and the rest were Sachin fans. I was Azhar fan. So I choose a light bat because you choose a light bat always. So I never thought I'll get an opportunity to ask you why. But why did you choose a lighter bat than always?
I think my game was different from others, because I could not use a heavy bat because as I got to know that I'm a very risky player, then it put so much pressure on me that I forgot whether, and one point of time we used to play with heavy bat only. There used to be only one or two bats, in school or college. But my game didn't want me to play, allowed me to play with a heavy bat because maybe, Sachin played with a heavy bat because his game was different, my game was different. So if you had given a light bat to Sachin, he would not have played the way he played or vice versa. So that's only because of the game.
Did you ever play with Sachin's bat? How heavy was it?
I think it was almost close to 3 pounds or something like that, or something close to something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So just to let you know, we used to distribute chocolates in our school on your birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Don't ask for reimbursement now. Please, next question. Yes, sir, you had a question.
Hi, Azhar bhai. I think your first debate on international format on 1984, right, against India. How was your first experience on the cricket field? I think you made the partnership with Ravi Shastri, senior person, in the same match, right? Both are did the century. So how was your experience in the first match?
It was a very good experience actually, and actually, as I have said, I was told I'm playing the match 45 minutes before the game. I was very, very nervous actually, and I was in good form. It's not that I was not in good form, but then playing at Test match level and playing at Ranji Trophy and Dalip Trophy level is totally different. Then even at that there, you have to have a lot of guts and the temperament has to be very good. Because if you see, there are a lot of players who play very well in Ranji Trophy and South Zone when they try to play on a bigger platform. They don't have that temperament. So I felt that, that after I scored my 100, I felt that I have the temperament to play more score more 100. So that was most satisfying for me, and that was the most important experience for me. And then playing test match for the first time is always very special. I started thinking that I would play for India maybe from 84 beginning. Till then I was playing, but I was not very sure that I would play for India or not. But then from 84 January to December 31st, the progress was very rapid, and then that's how I made my debut.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, please.
Hi, Azhar. My son also plays cricket, and in fact, this question comes from him. That he is 13 now, and he knows that Sachin had made a debut by 16, or he was a great player at 14, 15. Now, his question is, how did even the selectors think of picking a player at the age of 15, 16 to play against Walker Yunis and, Washim Akram? Before he started playing, when he was selected in the team, what was your reaction? How did you feel as a captain, like somebody as young as him coming in?
I became the captain not in the first test match he played. And I knew that a lot of people come and told me that he's a very special player. And then at that age to play for India, it's not very easy. And then you're still only 15 years old. And then I think, as you have said, we must compliment the selectors for picking him, and then also compliment the captain for making him play the first test match in Karachi, you know, the likes of Imran Khan, Waqar Yunus and Wasim Akram. At that time, the captain was Srikanth. So I think he was a very special player. Not, I mean, I would advise your son also not to put pressure on himself that to play at that age, but then maybe if he can really play well, if he has the skill, but he has to have the passion. If you don't have, if you have the skill, if you don't have the passion, then you cannot become a good professional player. For that matter, in any walk of life, you know, if you are blessed with some talent, with some skill, you have to put that skill into practice. If you don't put that skill into practice, then you will not achieve anything. The result may be fine, okay, I mean, be very temporary, but then it won't be permanent.
Fantastic. Yes, sir, please.
Hi, Azhar. Been a great fan of yours, and you hold a unique distinction of scoring 3 consecutive centuries at your debut. What was the feeling that you had after you knew that you have made a record scoring 3 consecutive centuries at debut?
Yeah, before you answer that, we have a video from Inzamam. Can we just play it? From Mr. Inzamam ul Haq. He had said something about your 3.
आते ही सारी दुनिया को हैरान कर दिया था कि इंग्लैंड के ख़िलाफ़ 3 इनिंग्सों में 300 कर दिए थे और इतना खूबसूरत खेलते थे कि क्रिकेट की हिस्ट्री में इतने कम, बहुत कम प्लेयर आए होंगे जो इतना रिस्टी होंगे, इतने स्टाइलिश होंगे। और उनकी बैटिंग की एक ख़ास बात थी वो ये कि डजंट मैटर कि जी आप किधर खेल रहे हैं, सब कॉन्टिनेंट में खेल रहे हैं, सब कॉन्टिनेंट से बाहर है, स्विमिंग ट्रैक है, फास्ट ट्रैक है। जिस टाइम अज़हर भाई विकेट पे हो तो रन्स का फ्लो उसी तरह ही चलता था कि कोई उनके बॉलिंग से फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता था, कोई पिच से फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता था। जिन्होंने
One legend commenting on another legend.
Did you read my question beforehand?
Thank him.
Sorry?
Did you read my question beforehand?
Yeah, of course. We only let the mic to those who gave us the question before. So everything is planned. Please, sir, go ahead, answer.
No, I think I didn't know what was happening, to be very honest, because you know, like, I mean, I was in very good form, and then things were happening the way you wanted to happen, and then the last, the third 100, you know, I was batting, I think 98 overnight, and then so much pressure was put on me. Arey, you know, you have to score 2 runs more. You could have scored 2 runs, but I said it was the end of the day. You know, I can't score even. And then I had to, when I got the 100, then people said that, you know, it's a world record and also. And I was very happy that our late Prime Minister, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, had called me. You know, for me, that was a very, very big thing, to be very honest. Then at that time, there were no mobiles or anything. So, I mean, I got out, I think, after maybe half an hour before lunch or something like that. And then during lunch break, you know, I had to walk from the pavilion to the other side where the press was, you know. Then I got a call and then I spoke to him. So it was, I mean, I felt that, you know, I did something, I've achieved something. A Prime Minister calling a person like me, it was icing on the cake.
Wow.
Thanks.
Good questions. Yeah, we can take maybe 3 more questions before I move to my next segment. Give others also a chance. Now, this one is not, you have not sent this second question to me before. So, yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, Azhar. Praveen here. So my question is like, Sachin was a great player and he was like great under your captainship. So what is the reason he became a great player but not a great captain?
Brilliant question.
It's very hard for me to say, I mean, about the captaincy. But I think some players, you know, were really very, very good players. You know, I mean, as a captain, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that he was not good. Like if you take the example of Ian Botham also, when he was the captain and then he suddenly left his captaincy in middle of the series, and then he became man of the series, and then England won against Australia. So I think Sachin is an outstanding player. There's no doubt about it. But as a captain also, he has won many tournaments. Yes. You know, he has won many series, many tournaments. So I think it's not right for, I mean, like, and I'm not complaining or going against your question, but I think, you know, he's done well. So, I mean, you must give that credit to him. So, I mean, no player has played more than 24 years, for 24 years. Right. So I think you must give that credit to him. He's an outstanding player. There is no doubt about it. And as a captain also, I think he's done well.
Thank you.
And you know, a follow-up question to what he asked. How was it for you to play under Sachin, after captaining Sachin for so long?
It was very easy, you know, there's nothing wrong. You know, I mean, sometimes when you have to play as a player, you're playing as a captain. I also, when I was playing as a captain, I always never used to bat. When I used to go into bat, I always used to bat thinking that I'm one of the players.
Yeah.
I never thought that I was playing as a captain. And the moment you think like that, then you put extra pressure on yourself. So I always played, even as a captain, I said I'm one of the players who have to perform for the team.
Correct.
So I didn't think that I said I'm a captain is somebody else. I'm not the captain. So that's how it was easy for me to play.
Fantastic. You know, last question before we wrap it. Yes, sir. Okay, I'll take your question also. Don't worry. Yeah, please.
Sir, you led the Indian team at the transformative phase. So what were the key principles you used to motivate your team, off and on field both?
On field, they used to motivate me. Off the field, actually. On field, I mean, like I used to always tell them, you know, okay, fine. First 2 years, I think, when I was captain, we were not doing well. I think we were close to winning series, but then somehow we could not win. So when you lose, you know, then people start talking. But I think my main question to the players was also that, you know, you stay positive and then don't think of what has happened, you know, because, I mean, the match which is, you've lost the game or we've played the match before, I mean, you can't think of those things, you know, because you have to look ahead and then work hard, you know, I mean, results will come because if you, the moment, because sometimes, you know, when you're not doing well, you just give up, you know, the moment you give up, there's a problem actually. So I always said that never give up because you are talented player, that's why you have been selected to play for India. There are so many people who are there, they are not selected, but you are the best. The selectors have chosen you because you are the best players to represent the country. So you stay, I mean, like positive and think that, okay, fine, failure is always, you learn a lot from failing, you know, because if anybody say that, you know, I've never failed, I mean, I will not be, it is very hard for me to believe. You know, failures teach you a lot of things actually.
Last question. Yes, sir, your question.
Yeah, hi, Azhar. You have played against various international, teams, and if I ask you one question, which country has challenged you the most, or when you said, okay, I'm going to play against this country, that you felt scared?
Not scared actually. When you're scared, you can't play in cricket or for that matter any game. It's not the moment you get scared, you can't play. But I think there are 2 countries, 2 or 3 countries were very tough, and especially, playing against Pakistan, that attack was not very easy. I mean, it was always satisfying when you scored 100 against Pakistan in that attack. It was always very, very satisfying because I think it was very tough. It was not very easy because even when you're playing at 60 or 70, you know, you can still get out. They could get you out. But I think playing against West Indies was, you know, although the battery of fast bowlers. So, I mean, if you, play out one bowler, there's another one coming back, one and after another. So it was tough. And I think the toughest opposition was Australia.
Toughest opposition was Australia.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone. I can go on and on and on, but I think we have run out of time. I have been a fan of Mohammad Azharuddin. Caller भी बहुत उठाया हमने. सुबह उठ के कोचिंग भी गए, but Azharuddin इसीलिए बने क्योंकि वो special है. And it was great having this special time with you.
Thank you very much.
That was my time. I'll request you to please stay back for a while more. I think there is some activities left, but it was fantastic having this conversation with you.